in Bengal you call it beguni. We used to
Yeah.
call it bengan katli.
Oh, really? Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Began Katli is like what region does that belong to?
I'm not sure. I just know that we used to often have it as a side dish to our dinners.
Awesome.
And we used to cut the bengan or the eggplant or the aubergine,
Yeah,
like you said,
yes.
in round discs.
Uh-huh.
And then it would be deep fried in a similar besan
Yeah.
batter.
Hi, I'm Sanjana.
And I'm Tejaswini, and welcome to the Secret Ingredient Podcast, where Sanjana and I try different dishes from across the country.
With one secret ingredient which ties all of them together.
So, Sanjana, I see something like a pakora on the table.
Yes, yes. At the very essential core of it, it is a pakoda. It is a bhajia in some places in India, as you would call it. We Bengalis call it beguni. Beguni because it's made of bengan, eggplant, aubergine. Oh my god, the names are endless. And it is at the core of it, dipped in a besan ka batter and fried to golden perfection. And I think you're gonna love it.
I think so too. In fact, it's looking like a similar, like a familiar dish to me. We used to make some version of this at home as well, but like you said, you in Bengal you call it beguni. We used to
Yeah.
call it bengan katli.
Oh, really? Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Began Katli is like what region does that belong to?
I'm not sure. I just know that we used to often have it as a side dish to our dinners.
Awesome.
And we used to cut the bengan or the eggplant or the aubergine,
Yeah,
like you said,
yes.
in round discs.
Uh-huh.
And then it would be deep fried in a similar besan
Yeah.
batter.
So I think we should take a taste and see if it does it taste the same or not. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
that.
It's
Yeah, I have paired that with some green chutney, and I think that's like a very OG combination, classic.
Yeah, that's
I
the-
hope you enjoy it. Yeah.
yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers. Oh my god. Even before you get into the recipe, the flavor of the mustard oil and
Yes.
the pungency is so pronounced.
Really hits. Really hits. It hits home for me.
So, this reminds me also of just having pakoras at home as either an evening snack, especially during the rainy season.
Tell me about it.
So, you've picked eggplant, bengan.
Yeah.
But what are some other like similar versions that you've had, especially in a Bengali household?
Yeah. So basically, we call these tele bhaja. Tele bhaja means tel means oil, bhaja means fried. So all fried, and we Bengalis have a love affair with mustard oil. So of course, it has to be fried in mustard oil. So there's aloo bhaja, there is beguni, there is aloo chop, which is like a Bengali cousin of vada pav, batata vada. Yeah, we call it aloo chop. It looks slightly different. Even that you can make in mustard oil. A great tele bhaja, and yeah, and there is one unique one called kumro fuler bhaja, means pumpkin flowers. So yeah, so there's a personal favorite of mine which I think is pretty unique. It's the kumro bhaja, kumro fuler bhaja. Now kumro fool means kumro means pumpkin, and the plant of the pumpkin, it has a flower, and you can dip it in the same besan ka batter and fry it again in mustard oil, and it would taste fantastic. I mean, and it's the timing of it is so good that it comes around monsoon.
Oh,
Yeah, so you kumro fuler bhaja with sham ki chai. Wow, vibes, yeah, vibes.
so actually, this reminds me that you said pumpkin flowers, right? Like almost like fritters.
Yeah.
I've had something similar, but not pumpkin flowers. zucchini flowers.
Yes, it's very close.
Zucchini
It's
flower.
very close to that. And both of them, in fact, look the same.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, it does. I'll tell you about it. It was a few months ago during the monsoon when I posted the recipe on this on my Instagram. And there was a follower of mine who stays abroad. I think in Europe, and she said ki we don't get pumpkin flowers, but I have a very similar one. You know, you won't believe me, but zucchini flowers, they're very similar in look and taste. Can I use that? And I was like, yes. I mean, I have never tasted this, but you should go ahead and do it. And she did try it, and like close alternative, truly.
So actually, I think it's an Italian dish. That's where I had it, and it's zucchini flowers. They don't use the besan batter, but
They use a flour batter,
they
if
use
I'm not wrong.
Yeah, and like also egg mix and then they just deep fry it.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and you also spoke about aloo bhaja. Like I told you,
Yes.
I'm a potato enthusiast. So my favorite, like back home, we used to have aloo pakora, gobi pakora, pyaz, onion, of course,
Yeah.
bhaji, like we
Yeah.
all know. Also chili, chili pakora. But my favorite was obviously the aloo.
Yeah.
Because it used to be really thin, like round discs. Again in the besan batter, and then when it's deep fried,
It puffs.
it puffs up.
Ah.
And then when you bite it,
The
it
crunch.
would be, yeah, it would be just
crispy.
light and crispy, and I used to love that flavor.
Yum, yum. That this reminds me. When I was in college, there used to be a street side vendor who used to sell kanda bhajia, onion pakoda, one more
Yeah,
close to
term.
my heart.
Yeah.
Yes. So kanda bhajia, yeah, onion pakoda, प्याज के पकोड़े, and that aloo bhaji बोलते थे उनको. And he used to layer those in a pav, like the Mumbai ka ladi pav.
Oh,
Okay, so imagine Mumbai ka ladi pav and layers and layers of those crispy aloo bhajiyas. Okay, and then thoda chutney and that सूखा मिर्ची का चटनी, सूखा चटनी बोलते हैं उसको. And it's like a burger with all of these combinations together, and then you take a bite of that. So there's the soft pav, then the green chutney, and all the layers of bhaji together. So a bite of that, oh my god.
it sounds quite similar to a vada pav, but also different.
Yeah, it is. Vada pav essentially would be one big ball of mixed potatoes with spiced potatoes, and then you dip the entirety of that into besan ka batter and you deep fry it. But these here, there is layers and layers and layers. So yeah, it's a classic combination. So, but then yeah, you're right. I mean, the person who's selling the aloo bhajia and the kanda bhajia is also selling vada pav on the side.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a, yaad aa gaya. So it's truly a memory which takes me back to college times.
Yeah, this also reminds me of school because some students would get like in their tiffin they would carry a sandwich that would be stuffed, so it would be plain white bread and it would be stuffed with aloo bhujia,
Oh,
which
okay.
is again like a super processed
Yes,
version of aloo, like potato fries or whatever. So that also used to be very interesting.
Okay. So it was bread with butter
Yeah.
and then bhujia inside it.
That's it. And it used to be so crunchy and yummy, and I'm pretty sure with very minimal nutritional value.
I know.
But as kids,
Yeah, now that I think about it, truly. But odd thing, let me mention. I'll mention you this. So the hotel I'm staying at,
Yeah.
I had breakfast over there. Good breakfast, no doubt.
Yeah.
But they had this thing, bun maska bhujia. I didn't try that, but I think that would be very similar. It had the bun, butter, and bhujia stuffed inside it.
Yeah.
So what a coincidence!
Very
I
similar.
just noticed this today, and I found it odd. But then I'm getting to know that used to be pretty common tiffin option, I suppose. But then yeah, but fun to eat as a kid.
yeah, it was
I can
yeah,
imagine,
we would
yeah.
be jealous of that tiffin. Essentially, our parents would not give it.
Mm-hmm.
So coming back to this, you need to run us down how
Yes,
you've gone about
for
it.
sure. So it's a simple but yum recipe, comes together very quickly I try my best to keep my, recipes that way. So you slice the, the bangan very thin. That's the key to it. It's tricky, but that's the key. Okay, to get them very crispy and it puffs and everything. I know that does not look puff at the moment, but believe me, I swear it was very nicely puffed when I fried it. So you thinly slice the bangan, and then you do a sprinkle of turmeric and some salt. You massage it, as in apply it, and then you keep it aside. Then you make a very basic besan ka batter with besan, some rice flour so that it's crispy. Then some turmeric powder, chili powder, salt. Usually in pakoras and all, ajwain jata hai. Ajwain is really good for digestion, I suppose, in pakora. But then we Bengalis add something called kalu jeere. Now kalu jeere is kalonji, nigella seeds. So that goes in. And tips and tricks. You heat the mustard oil, okay? So what I did was I took the Pima Kachigani mustard oil. I put it on the kadai wok, like a heavy bottom one, because you're deep frying it. And you let it heat. And in the besan ka batter, you add like a pinch of baking soda.
Oh, is it?
And then once the oil is hot, you take just 1 spoon of it, or maybe 2 spoons of it, the hot oil, and you add the hot oil in the besan ka batter. Yeah, and it shh, that kind of a sound will come, and then you mix it. So now this tip has been shared with my mom shared this tip with me, and according to her, this makes the bhajia more crunchy, crispy, and when you munch it, you really get the bite. So yeah, I've been doing that, and it works perfectly each time. And then you mix it well. You take the haldi and namak marinated bangan. If it releases some water, let it drain. And then you dip it in the batter. And one thing I missed telling you. Once the oil is hot, you bring it down to a medium flame. So never do deep frying, at least not the begunis, because the bangan inside needs to cook very well. So you heat the oil, then you bring it to a medium flame, and then you slowly add the begunis one by one, and then you let it puff, and then you change the sides of it, and you only take it out when it's completely beautifully golden. Yeah.
Oh, so is it best enjoyed at room temperature?
No, not at all. It's enjoyed hot and puffed. So you remove the bhajiyas and you have it as soon as you can. Yeah.
Nice.
So
I don't think you can resist it once it's ready.
Exactly.
I
I
think-
won't lie. I did eat a few once it was hot. I couldn't resist.
So I want to take a minute also to discuss the bangan, the aubergine, because even that is such a winning ingredient
It
in
is.
my mind. Again, so versatile. We see it in a lot of cuisines,
Yeah.
and we see it in so many different Indian cuisines itself. Again, talking about my meals in Hyderabad, down south, they prepare so many different brinjal curries, and they use all different types. You have the normal brinjal
Yeah.
with which we make bharta in a simple North Indian,
Yes.
as part of a simple North Indian meal. But then there are also the baby brinjal.
Yeah, there's Kateri Bangan. I'll tell you about it now that you mentioned Hyderabad, right?
Yeah.
I have a very favorite Bangan recipe from Hyderabad. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's called,
Guttu Venkaya.
I'm not sure. I think it's called Bagare Bangan. Hyderabadi Bagare Bangan.
Yeah.
And I think that I tried it once and I loved it so much that I make it very often. And it has become like a family favorite now.
Yeah,
truly.
so it's actually so interesting to see. So then there are the like I said, the baby.
Yeah. I think those are
purple-
called kateri bengan, and then there's a baby which bengan, like a small bengan, which is completely purple.
Yeah, there's
Even
purple,
those,
there's
yeah.
also green, and there's also thin and long.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously, and then if I think of dishes, there are obviously various curries. I've also had I guess one of the most unique brinjal dishes I've had is probably a biryani, brinjal
wow.
masala biryani. Yeah. So that was also very interesting. So coming to the pakora, why is the eggplant such a favorite for preparing this dish?
So it actually goes back to a memory, not more of a memory, I think. So I'm a Bengali and we have Durga Puja.
Yeah.
And every time we went to, to do the darshan, we had bhog in the afternoon. And a classic bhog was khichuri, masala khichuri, which we Bengalis call it khichuri. And uske saath we had labda. Now labda is a mixed vegetable sabji. Absolute banger recipe, lovely, delicious. With that, we need something fried. And beguni is something which is like a constant. So it's a khichdi, labda, beguni, a sweet chutney, oftentimes tomato chutney or a mango chutney. And yeah, that's the combination. And a sweet dish, like Bengalis cannot do without sweets. So yeah, like a rasgulla or a paish with it. I'm sorry, let me correct myself. It's roshagulla. Yes. I don't want anyone to come come at me and say like I pronounce it wrong. Yes. So there's roshagulla. So this is so special to me, and you won't believe me. No matter how hard I try to perfect the beguni, it does not match it with the bhoger khichdi. Like there's something to do with the Durga Puja and the festiveness. There's a special flavor to it. There's a special taste to it. So yeah, so that way it is pretty close to my heart. And at times when I try to recreate the whole combination at home, so yeah, I
That-
love it. That's
yeah,
the thing. Yeah,
That sounds like a feast actually. So
It
I can
is.
understand why.
it is. You have to try it once. You have to.
So this dish is also reminding me of street food because it is very snacky.
It is.
Right?
It is.
And again, especially as a vegetarian, but I
Yeah.
think also just in general, I feel Indian street food is superior.
It is, right? I agree to you. It
The-
is so much. There's so much. It's
The
pretty
fla-
diverse.
Yeah, the flavors are just amazing, and again, it hits my like the sweet spot of like the sweet flavors with the imli, the tamarind chutney,
Yeah.
and the spicy with the green chutney, and then there's a fried element in general.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite Indian street food?
Oh my God. The
Or actually, you can tell me your favorite Bengali street food because Bengal is known for
there's
that
so
as well.
much.
Yeah.
There is so much.
And you were talking about Pujo. It's like on my
Yeah,
bucket list
yeah.
that I have to go to Kolkata once
Yes.
during Pujo. I
Yes.
still have to do that.
Yeah, so I really like. So I am a Bengali, but I'm from Bombay, and there can be a debate: Mumbai street food versus Kolkata street food. Both have amazing options, so I'll pick both.
Go for it.
So I really like Mughlai paratha.
What is that? I've
Mughlai
never
paratha
had.
is it's a paratha basically. It's like a maida ka paratha, which is which is deep fried or even shallow fried works very well, and it has egg ka stuffing inside it, spicy egg stuffing inside it.
Oh, like a egg bhurji inside a paratha.
Not exactly a burji, like imagine an omelette stuffed inside a paratha.
Oh, that is so unique.
Yeah, it
I've
is
actually
unique. Truly, it is, and I absolutely love it. Like, amazing it tastes. Yeah, so that is my pick from Kolkata, and you know what? It gives me the idea that I need to make Mughlai paratha with mustard oil.
Oh, you should definitely.
Imagine, like, you won't believe me. It was when I was a kid. I went to my hometown, and because we were kids, we demanded omelette. And over there, our relative actually made the omelette in mustard oil. And as a kid, you know, you're not very used to the strong flavors of mustard oil. You develop it over the years. When I say I was a kid, I think I was like 6 years old or something like that. But the obsession started from there. Omelette in mustard oil, mazedar.
That's amazing. And also because you said it's a deep fried preparation,
yes,
right?
Mughlai paratha is, yes. And I'll
It
name
sounds
one.
yeah, it sounds really unique. I don't think
does.
I've even heard of anything like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is probably my shortcoming. I need to expand my horizons.
Yeah, that's okay. I probably don't know a lot about Hyderabadi cuisine. See, I almost forgot the name of the Bengal dish, but then yeah, that was really good. Yeah, that was really good. And if I had to pick any from Mumbai street food, I really like pani puri. Love pani puri, and now I know there is a Kolkata equivalent to that is puchka, but I'll pick a pani puri.
Let's
Yeah,
not
then-
forget the Delhi equivalent, which is Golgappa.
Oh, yes.
And if you're talking about Golgappa, in Hyderabad, I've had Pani Puri also, where they, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe they do that in Bombay as well,
Yeah.
where they put chana inside the Pani Puri.
Yeah.
So in Delhi and in North India, we put put a potato mixture.
Yeah.
But never like actually chole. So I tried that recently, and that was a first for me.
Yeah, so I'll tell you about the pani puri. Certain places in Mumbai has this thing, ragda, okay, which is made with yellow peas. And now imagine this combination, all right. There's crispy puri, there is warm ragda, and the pani puri ka jo pani rehta hai, the mint pani, is cold, okay? It's icy cold. So the combination, and there is tamarind ka chutney and the green chutney. So there is sweet, spicy, warm, and cold and crispy. So I think, come on, Mumbai Pani Puri has it all. So that was all about my favorite street food. Now you have to tell me about yours. Which is your favorite fried street food?
That's a very easy question for me because there's a clear winner, and that's aloo tikki. Also, I have to say that Delhi chaat is again of just a maybe even better than Bombay. I don't know, but I think it's difficult to beat Delhi chaat. But yeah, my favorite is aloo tikki. So, especially at weddings where they just take a potato cutlet. Without that, in some places they stuff in chana and matar and all of that, but I like it plain. And then they deep fry it, and then they give it to you, crush it, put some imli ki chutney, green chutney, fresh onion, and sometimes even yogurt, like dahi. And that is just out of this world. I mean, there'll be times when I go for weddings and I've just had 2-3 plates of that, and that's it. But I cannot say no to that. That's my rule of that's my one rule. I cannot say no to a plate of aloo tikki. Other than that, if I talk about other street food, I really like pav bhaji. I love the flavors of pav bhaji, so I really like that. And of course, like Golgappa, Pani Puri, who can say no to that also, right?
Yeah.
So papri chaat, all of these have play their, have a special place in all our lives. But yeah, for me the winner is the aloo tikki.
Yes.
Have you had it?
So we do get we get an alternative of that. So we get ragda petis. So which is like a aloo tikki with the ragda, yellow matar ka ragda, and then on top of that we have the tamarind chutney and the green chutney, some chopped onion, chopped tomatoes, and some save on the top. And yeah, so not yogurt, but then so this is the one we have in Mumbai, and I think it tastes delicious. I mean, it's worthy of being a favorite.
I must say I also love sev puri, and I love dabeli. If you had,
Yes, dabeli is like an all-time favorite. Absolutely love it.
I love
Yum,
that.
Yum. Thank you, Gujarat, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but it's
It's very popular in Mumbai as well.
yeah, it's very popular in Maharashtra as well,
it
right?
is,
That's
it
where
is.
I've had.
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I saying it wrong? Correct me in the comments, guys. Yeah.
You never know. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had it only in Pune, Bombay.
Yeah. It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
surely. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so if there's one Indian street food you had to recommend to someone who's never ever ventured into that territory before.
Start with a vada pav. Classic. Start with a vada pav. Very close to me. Amazing. Like you can never go wrong with a aloo bhajia or a vada pav. I think that's really good.
That's a solid.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a
And
solid.
I think safe puri is also good, and a pani puri or a golgappa. Yeah, these are like safe bets.
Those are
Yeah.
solid options.
Solid
Yeah,
options. for sure.
I'm a loyalist, so for
Yeah.
me it's aloo tikki.
Uh-huh.
But there are many different versions, right? Like typically we have with the tamarind and the green chutney, but you also get in some places with chola,
Ooh.
with with the chola curry, and of course the chopped onions and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. If you've not tried it, maybe on this trip you should give it a shot.
You have to take me. You have to tell me which one is the. Okay, I would love to.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you a list of
Yeah,
places to
surely,
go to. Yeah,
Surely. Awesome. All guilty pleasure though. A little indulgent, don't you think?
a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have to, I think, see our portion, which is so annoying,
Yeah.
especially because it's such a weakness, no? Like
Yes.
comfort fried food.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the idea is to also cook it in healthier alternatives.
Yeah, and I think mustard oil is a very healthy alternative to if we have to compare it to other oils. So if you're having it occasionally, then have it in mustard oil.
Yeah, of course, because it does have a good balance
Yeah.
of like it's good for maintaining cholesterol and it's got its benefits for heart health in particular. So definitely,
Yeah, I think that's a great option. I myself have been on a healthy journey for some time now, and I've been learning all about sustainable habits. And one thing I know is I cannot completely cut down on all these indulgent food. I mean, it's great if you can, but then for me personally, if I completely cut down on all of these my favorite food, then there is a possibility that I just break through and binge on them. So rather than doing that, I've learned that I do a balanced diet, a balanced meal, and occasionally on occasions, maybe I can indulge myself and have a good time. And that is all. I think that's the way to do things.
definitely, I think even I've been realizing that you can't completely cut out something, but it's good to have some foods that give you that extra joy, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
create memories around them. But of course, in moderation.
Yeah.
I think we've really spoken about anything and everything.
Everything about bhajia, pakoras, fried food. I love it. It's a love. I think today's episode was a love letter to, yeah, all things fried.
That's a very good way to put it. And I
Yeah.
think on that note, we can close this episode.
Yes. So that was our ode and love letter to fried food. And watch us next time. What do we write love letters to? And that is all for today's episode. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much, guys. Can't wait to see what Sanjana cooks for us next.
Something even better.